Who was that person? Or persons trying to steal the remote once it was up. Alley cap. That's alright. Well, I think you learned a hard lesson as far as instead of giving to somebody else's trip, think about the consequences of what will happen. There's always things after when a person does something. Then they'll say, I wish I never did it. Well, that's where you call wisdom before getting to the point of disaster. You made the disaster, now the consequences are falling on you, only because of the things that were involved that you probably didn't really know too much about, that you are just finding out. And like I said, I have to pick up the pieces. I want to say, actually, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you very much for butting in, but that's just the way life is. I forgive you, but I bet you aren't going to forgive yourself very much. And if you don't feel like that, that's okay too.
Well, we'd still like to know who was gonna tear it down once it got us.
All I can say is it was someone within the circle. And that's all I'm going to say. All right, Hotfoot. 10-4, I got your message.
What, was it Paul?
No, I don't play that, okay? I've given you far too much information. Check your own people.
Well, if it was Paul, I recorrected the situation on him that night that somebody overheard our conversation. And I said, no, we can't do it like that, because I said basically Slider donated it. And I said, even if Brad and Scrapper bought it, I just don't steal. I just don't do that. And I says, if we were to make a remote, Paul, we would have to get a controller. And then I would have to work with you on those premises as far as doing our own thing and letting this one fall. That's all I said. And Scrapper and Darren knew what I said, because I told them. And this is just a second repeat of what I said.
I was looking out for Slider's interest. Of the people that are involved, he was the one that I know the best. That's the simplest way to put it.
How many people do you think were involved on this remote project?
Not enough, because the entrance fee was staggeringly high. $170 is too much to join a Heat Kid project.
So you cared too much about the remote, including the scanner, the time involved of me checking things out, the solar panel. All you thought about was just the controller. But I somehow feel that if you knew that you can get the controller, we couldn't get one. That's the way I felt. And I think I'm putting it right in the bag where it belongs. And because you don't want FCC around this neighborhood. That's the way I feel. Well, FCC already knew about the project to begin with.
I'm no longer able to continue this line of dialogue. I'd like to talk about something else, if you're willing, but this seems to be a little bit redundant at this point.
No, in my mind, you will always have made the wrong decision. It's not trying to make you pay. It's just, things that'll never happen on the point of with Baron and Scrapper. They lost the interest totally because of this bullshit.
Well, I didn't go after the brain just to take the brain, man. I went after it because it was Slider's piece of the puzzle, and I didn't want him to lose it. And in your mind, you can think what you want. The man hears what he wants to hear and disregards the rest. So, you do.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm going to walk away from this thing. Have yourself a fine evening. I've already made all of my statements, apologies, whatever. So, that's it for me. I'm off the key, Roger.
Yeah, you know, how can I...
Squashing my own base station, terrible thing.
Well, when I know you put the shit right on me, man, and I can't get it off. You outdid yourself, I must say. You outdid yourself. To the point of, I don't know. I'm just bummed, I'm mad, I'm pissed. And deeply hurt that somebody would go to this extent. You know, the same day that we could have bought it, I wish we would have bought it. We had cash for that damn controller. And Cider says, no, I donated it. If he donated it, well then he still didn't have no right to take it back. Because he has to talk to the people about it. See what I'm saying? That's why it still belongs here. So you won this time, Alley Cat. You won. You won hard and fair and square. Gotta compliment you on how to fuck up a good thing.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying you can't charge people money for to use a repeater that's not even allocated for 11-meter use. It's not even legal, and you can't even charge a one-time fee to people for using a repeater, because it won't be long, dude, before that's the kind of shit they do look for. That's just, you know, like, that's the pot calling the kettle black. You don't want to use power, but you want to run the illegal repeater on 11 meters. You're doing, you know, it's the same thing.
What do these other guys handle?
Yeah, but the FCC already knows about it. I was told, forewarned and all that. And I was told by a good friend that knew FCC, keep the input wattage at 1 watt, keep it clean. Yeah, I may be busted, maybe because of it, but I'm going to take a chance. You know, the thing is, yeah, I know you're not supposed to have this and that. It's the same damn thing of not you're not supposed to have an amplifier either, but everybody's using them. I just want to devote this system that says, hey, you know, if I'm using let's just say, if I'm using my amplifier to get out, and let's just say it is a remote or a repeater, as you say, does that give anybody a right to maliciously jam me with my own system? Frank? Frank?
I was down in some buildings that couldn't do anything. Right down between these big old cement buildings, so I wasn't getting out. But I know my mic's breaking up too, so. But you can't charge a one-time fee for something like that. First off, they're gonna have a shit hemorrhage, especially if somebody squeaks about it, and it depends on how many people you got on the repeater, how much money you take in. That's like a pyramid. It's like a pyramid scheme. You know what I mean?
Hey, 992. Well, all that is just to pay for the equipment. It's not a pyramid. It's just a one-time fee, just to